Hello, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I'm going to be answering your questions. I've got my phone out, luckily I've got a signal. I'll cut straight to it. Right, first comment, Douglas Murray. Hit and run, nice. Not sure what that's about. Perhaps my questions video was quite short. It may have been. Right, next one, Rhett Oracle. Now, I know these two are long-term viewers, so that's great. What was your favourite camp experience? Cheers from New Orleans. Moz. Going out to Moz's, it was absolutely amazing to spend time with that guy. My absolute bushcraft hero. Yeah, that was my favourite camp experience, definitely. The Woodland School. I know you well. What's in store for 2023 events show-wise? Well, the only thing I know I'm definitely going to do is the gathering. I always do the gathering, and I'll hopefully have a stall this year if I can get around to making some stock. Yes, so that's all I definitely know show-wise. I can't think of anything else. Bushcraft show, maybe. Somebody's trying to phone me. Right. Sharpening question from Mark Swan. Rob, sharpening question if I can please. Trying to put a mirror on my Castron Woodsman and with limited success. I am using DMT extra coarse, fine, extra fine, then a Shapton glass 2000, 16,000. I am doing fine until I get to the curve on the belly and I have trouble removing scratch patterns there. It's almost like I am not flattening the bevel at that point. Any advice greatly appreciated. And hopefully you smash 7,000 soon. Well, thank you very much, because I'd hit 6,000 subs. I don't know what to say really. You probably need to lift your, if you're right-handed, your right hand up a bit. That's what I would guess, and do a bit more work on that belly. That's all I can really think of, Mark. Sorry I can't be a bit more, yeah. Lift the back, the right hand up, and do more work on that belly. Right, Daniel Chabonneau. That's a sexy name. Good evening, Rob. Great channel, by the way. Thanks, mate. Question. As you are a knife maker, how come you don't make tutorials in detail on your knife builds? I think this would open up a new subscribers. Early on, there's quite a bit. Sheath making, handle shaping, that sort of thing. To be honest with you, when I'm making a knife, I really don't want to film myself. It's just flaming awkward. So sorry, Daniel. There may be something in the future. If the weather's stinking and I can't get out, I may do something. But there's probably better people online than me doing it anyway. So, sorry. James Ortiz, long time viewer. What's your favourite American food? Congratulations, Rob. Favourite American food? I like a burger. Do like a burger. And I know pizza is technically Italian. But, yeah, I like burger and I like pizza. I don't know why I'd think of pizza as being more American than Italian. I know it's not, but there we are. That's that answer. Magadi AZ. Question. Not sure if you're answering this before. Have you ever travelled to the USA? Yes, several times. I have answered it before. I give it to you in brief. 1998, my pal Scott and I and another chap, Justin, we did a 5-week tour. So the whole of September 1998, we had we flew to Chicago, spent a couple of days in Chicago, went on a train, then travelled south. We went to Kansas City, Missouri. We went to Dodge City, which was a complete waste of time because there's nothing there. And then we went over to Los Angeles, where we stayed in a horrendous youth hostel on Hollywood Boulevard. The only good bit was there was a gun shop 100 yards away selling knives and stuff, and we had a good chat with the guy there, and that was great. Then we went to Las Vegas for a few days. That was fine. Then we came back. Then we went up to San Fran. Then we went to Portland, Seattle. Hell of a good outdoor Army surplus shop in Seattle. It was amazing. Federal Army Surplus and Supply, I think it was called. Hell of a shop. Really great. And then we went back over then to Chicago, and that took us a month. And we partied quite a bit. It was fun. Knowing, if I knew then what I knew now, I'd have gone to the Primitive Skills Institute in Flagstaff. Yes, we went to Flagstaff and the Grand Canyon. How can I forget that? Did a hike into the Grand Canyon. That was great. Thoroughly enjoyed that. So that was the first time I went to America. Went to Colorado and visited Mountain Mel. Did some hiking and some canoeing. That was great. Thoroughly enjoyed that. That was with Bison Bushcraft. Really enjoyed that. My wife and I then went to Las Vegas and did it the posh way, not on a shoestring, and that was thoroughly enjoyable. Went to a great knife store. I bought a Trailmaster Bowie with a stag handle, new old stock. Chuffed with that. And my big DMT stone I bought there. Yeah, we had a lovely holiday. That was great. Where else have I been? The last holiday or vacation, if you're in the States, we had was, we did a tour of the Deep South, Nashville, that sort of thing. That was great. Oh yeah, our honeymoon, my wife and I's honeymoon, we did a tour of Canada and New England, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. That was great. Right, my phone's gone off. Hope that answers your question. I can't remember if I've done anything else, I'm not sure. Charles Murphy, would you consider making an oversized version of the Skookum Bush Tool, CPM 3V, 5-inch blade, 5-inch handle, 1.25 in height, 90-degree spine, continuous curve in a slightly convexed grind, Scandivex grind, with the appropriate adjustments to the handle ergonomics, adding scallops to the thumb area? What are your thoughts on such a Franken monster? I ask because my large hands and arthritis. Not a chance, mate. Sorry, not interested. Sorry, pal. Black Willow Bushcraft. Have you ever thought of making a knife after what the great Kohansky considered a great bushcraft knife that doesn't take 10 years or more to get? Oops. Oops, just kidding. I hope you are well and start making some more bush tools again. Obviously somebody who wants a bush tool. They won't take 10 years. They may take 2, but they won't take 10. Black Willow Bushcraft again. Did you make and sell knives on eBay a few years back under Broken Oaks or something like that? Nope, never heard of them. What's your favourite heavy metal band? Same guy, Black Willow Bushcraft. Favourite heavy metal band. If Metallica hadn't have done Saint Anger, I would say Metallica. But to me, there's 5 bands I absolutely love. Well, is there 5? There could be more. I love Metallica, Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath, Wasp. I can't really call AC/DC a heavy metal band. But yes, some people do. So they're probably my top 5. Do you like Ozzy? Yeah, I love Ozzy, especially with Black Sabbath. Paddy. So this is Patrick from Germany, who's bought a couple of knives off me. What do you eat over the course of a typical day of your working day, and what is your favourite food? What do I eat on a working day? I don't have breakfast, I don't have lunch, I drink lots of tea. Evening meal could be just about anything really. Yeah, just regular food. I'm not one of these food snobs. I do like eating out in nice restaurants, I'll be honest with you. I am somebody who does like to eat, and I usually cook myself, but nothing flash, nothing fancy. Right, Anne V MMP, another member and long-term viewer. Congratulations, Rob. Still 2 less subscribers for what you offer. Thanks, mate. Which was the best or favourite book you have ever read? Best material for your handle? Best book I've ever read? Love Lord of the Rings and Stephen King's The Stand. I do like reading autobiographies as well. And about 15 years ago I had a real thing for reading like Special Forces books, but I think Lord of the Rings and The Stand are my 2 favourite reads. Best handle material? My Carter, simple. Dave Watts, what was your best part when spending time with Mors Kochanski? And on a different note, I am an old metalhead. Were you ever a fan of Slayer? I was lucky enough to see Metallica a number of occasions, but Slayer was something else live. Yeah, I've seen Slayer about 5 or 6 times. And the best thing about Mors Kochanski was just being with the guy. It was just being with him. All the stuff I learned was fantastic, but just being with him was something special. Hardwood Blades, another long-term viewer. Okay, Rob, well done on the subs. Who's your favourite knife maker? For me, it's Kyle Royal all day long. His skills and attention to detail is outstanding. All the best, Lincoln. I don't know who my favourite knife maker is. Always liked Roger's Bison knives. I like Ben Orford's knives as well, and I've got several of both of theirs. But I can't really put my finger on it and say Allen Wood. I only got one Allen Wood, but I've had many over the years. I do like Chris Reeve knives as well. I've got a soft spot for them. At one point I had about 20 of them. No, 17, yeah. But I sold a load off because there was just no point in keeping so many. But I've still got I've got 4 folders and 3 of the old-fashioned hollow handles. Do like Chris Reeve. Right, Mariko Ruiz. Do the knife laws in the UK bother you? Do you carry a knife every day? If so, what knife? Right, knife laws in the UK don't really bother me because I'm not one for rules. I do stick to rules, but I can't say it really bothers me that much. The shipping laws are a bit ridiculous these days because you can't get anything into the country. It's been a bit awkward. I carry a knife every day. Every day in work I carry a Leatherman charged titanium and have done for many years. I'm on about my 3rd or something now, because fair play, when they break or go wrong they send me another one. So yes, every day in work I carry a Leatherman charged titanium. And pocket carry, I go between the Swiss Army Walker and Chris Reeve Normandy. So it's either one of them two will be in my pocket. Kenneth Brundage. Hi Bob. I'm not Bob, I'm Rob. I don't like being called Bob. A question is where you are from. I love that accent you have. I'm from Llanelli in South Wales in the UK. And yes, I have a lovely accent. Although one guy did comment on one of my videos and said I sounded like a retard. Yeah, fuck off. Right, where are we? Hello Rob, this is my Google. I'd like to know your preferred knife steel and why you favour that particular one over others. Thanks, good question. I do like RWL 34. I think it's great. It's as tough as hell. It wears, it just doesn't want to wear. And it's impervious to moisture. So yes, RWL 34 for me. Right, Stephen Abner. Oh, a member. Hey Rob, congrats on the 6,000k subscriber mark. I have a few questions. We'll sit back then. Do you ship your custom knives to the USA and or Mexico? Yes. What got you into bushcrafting? John Rambo. What is your favourite blade dimensions, blade length, height, handle and thickness, etc.? Bush tool, 3.2mm thick. Just over a 4-inch blade and a 4.25-inch handle. Simple. Damon Harper, another member. Damon's a good guy. What the hell were they thinking with Saint Anger? Well, I've just mentioned that funny thing. Metallica. Don't know, mate. It was atrocious. Terrible. Right. If you had access to a forest that allowed it, would you consider running courses? No, definitely not. I dabbled with instruction in the past here. I did not enjoy it. I really didn't enjoy it. I don't mind taking people out who know a little bit and are really interested, but I just got no interest in teaching. I'd do a one-to-one if I had somewhere of my own. If anybody wanted to do a one-to-one, I would probably do that. I'd charge quite a bit, mind you. If you manage to quit the day job, I will do in 2 months. Will you spend more time out at events doing a larger number of demos? I don't know. John Bruns, another member. What books would you recommend, either bushcrafting, personal pleasure or skills manual? Mors Kohanski's Bushcraft. Ray Mears' first book, Practical Guide to Woodcraft and Woodlaw, is brilliant. Be honest, it's been a long time since I read any books on the subject. But them two, yeah, really good books. I have got a book in the house which I'm going to read over the winter, and that's Bruce Sawalski's Canadian Survival book, and I'm going to be reviewing that. I just got to get around to reading it first. And I met Bruce at GBS, and he is one hell of a nice guy. And he may be watching this. Hi Bruce. Henning B. Is it true that there is a genre named Viking metal? Don't know, probably. What is the best versatile tool for the woods? Knife, gotta be. 5-inch blade knife. Yeah, a large knife in my opinion. Because if you haven't got an axe or a saw, then, you know, a larger knife will do a lot of the jobs. John Turner, how's the new shed? Well, John, to be honest with you, I haven't done a lot with the new shed. I put some shelving in there. I've put most of my outdoor gear in there. And I've had so much on recently, I haven't got around to even putting electric in. So it's not going great. Grey Home, another long-term viewer. Who is the greatest singer in the history of metal? Dio. Simple. Ronnie James Dio. Red Dirt. Congratulations on 6,000 subs, Rob. Glad to be one of them. Thanks, mate. The only question that comes to mind, you have been to the US a few times, from what I understand. I know the type of wood is very important in being able to make good feather sticks. I was just wondering, in your opinion, what would be the best feather stick making wood in the US? I haven't got a clue. Willow's good everywhere. Yeah, Willow's good everywhere. Hell. Well, I know when I was with Moors, we were just shaving up spruce, black spruce, and that was splitting nice and easy and shaving up well. I don't know if you've got that in the States. I haven't got a clue. Mark Wareham, good old Mark, long-term viewer and member. What is the best tip / piece of advice picked up about bushcrafting? If it's cold, light a big fire. How about that? Yeah. Don't mess about. Learn how to light fires really well. And light a big one if you're cold. Big Sai, long-term viewer. Hi Rob, if you could run your own bushcraft school, would you? No. What would you base your learning, teaching structure around? Would you base it in Wales? Well, I live in Wales and I wouldn't particularly want to travel that far. So if I did actually do it, and I'm never going to do it, knife making and playing in the woods takes my time up. What would your structure be around? Learning to be comfortable, making comfortable beds, learning to light fires well, and picking the right tools for the job. Phil Dawson, my old friend Phil, and I know Phil well, and Phil's a long-term viewer and member. Well done on getting past 6k. My questions would be, oh here we go. What is the biggest mistake you think most people new to bushcraft make? Spending a fortune. Buy a motor to start with, learn to sharpen it, adapt kit. Instead of, I remember when I started years ago, no internet, you know, mid-80s, no internet, nothing like that, and you just basically had to make do with old army kit and some camping kit. And that's gone now because everybody can just go online, spend a fortune and get all the kit. I think you're better off starting off at the bottom and working your way up. What are your 10 items for a loan? That take too long. What has been your biggest surprise achievement with bushcrafting? Having Mors Kochanski call me a bastard, definitely. He was demonstrating the bow drill and the poor guy was getting on and he failed. And he said, anybody want to do this? And I did it, and I did it really quick. And he called me a bastard. So that is my greatest achievement, being called a bastard by the great Kochanski. I may do a video on alone, my 10 items one day, we'll see. But I'd never go on it anyway because I like food and company. Sorry, Phil. Roberts, Bulgaria. Right, I know Roberts. Right, this is a long one. I would like to know how you discovered the Mors Kochanski course in Canada. Right, that was pretty easy because my wife and I were on holiday in Kenya on safari, and the couple that we were there with, I was explaining to him about I was into bushcrafting, and that the previous year I'd been to Colorado, and I kept going on about how great it was, and my wife said to me, oh, if it was that great, go back. And I thought, right, well, if you're telling me to go back, I'm going back. I phoned Roger up. Is Colorado on? No, Dave the guide has broken his ankle, but I'm trying to do something with Mors Kochanski. I'm in. Simple, I'm in. So that's how I heard about that. What year was it and how much did it cost? All in flights, food, booze, etc. I can't remember. Quite a bit probably. Second question is, how old are you before you realise you could take off your cagoule in Wales now and again? Cagoule, how old are you? I know how old you are, I've seen your videos. I know he's just taking the piss. I haven't got a cagoule on today. Third question. In that full-time job of yours, carpet fitter, not so full-time anymore, do you still get carpet burns on your knees, and what would you recommend to younger, upcoming carpet layers to avoid such? Wear knee pads, simple, and you just got to put up with bad knees and no hair on your knees and ingrowing hairs. That's just life. Right, last question for a friend who's been doing too much doggy. Ah, right, nice. Knee pads, yeah, knee pads. Scon Beard Wildmark, long-term viewer, always contributes, top guy. Congratulations on passing 6k, a tough one. But if you had to choose one knife out of all your knives, which factory made, not custom, would you choose? If we're going cheap, I'd say the Mora Robust. I do like that knife. And if we're going a bit more expensive, I'd say Cold Steel Master Hunter in San Mai. It's thicker stock than the 3V ones, and that's a great knife. That is a really good knife as a non-custom. Taylor Robolski. Hey Rob, hope you're doing well. Was wondering who your favourite custom knife maker is. I've answered that one. Sorry pal. I like Roger Harrington, Ben Orford and Alan Wood. Brits, I know. There's plenty of guys in the States. I'm just not looking into them. And I do like Scandis. Rusty 4 or Rusty IV. Congrats Rob on 6,000. What knife steel would you recommend for best edge retention on a knife only used to make feather sticks? Right. I said earlier I like RWL34. The problem with RWL34 is it's an absolute pig to sharpen. I know, I've done it. And as far as I'm concerned, you need diamonds, you need something hard. So that is my preferred steel. Nothing wrong with a bit of O1. If you're just making feather sticks and you give it a strop now and again, and then you sharpen it when it rounds off a bit, it's easier to sharpen. So I'd probably go with O1. And that's it. Well, I hope I've answered all them to your satisfaction. Thank you very much for watching. Keep them comments coming, and always them thumbs up. I do appreciate it. And I'll do another one of these when I hit 20,000. All the best. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your views. I certainly appreciate the thumbs up. Ta-ra.